Okay, we're cool. So we are YouTube. That's where I want to go. Okay. Yep, you are live. Okay, is it coming up here? See, I just got a thing, got a heart from Mike, and you like my comment I said about. I said you sure like your master shots.
Paste. There. And
Okay, hit the like button. Hey, there you go.
there it pops in.
We're debating who's going to be first, Mike. Or discussing, I should say, not debate. Eh, What the heck is going on here with my chair? Oh, you your stupid ball. Wouldn't roll and the ball kept getting caught under my wheel. All right. Hey, Michael Bainey's in the house this
Hey,
morning.
Michael
Good morning,
Bainey.
Michael. Yeah, JD is slipping up there, Mike. Yep. Ah,
Looks like I gotta fill Mia's pill container again this morning.
oh yeah.
It's empty.
I don't know where everybody else is, but since I'm here before I normally am because my bus run's been canceled, I am sitting here early now.
Yes. We're a little bit earlier than normal, but hey,
That's okay. Yeah.
we'll take it, right?
Yep. Actually, the weather's good out here right now, but
Well, I think somebody might have been listening to us because we were talking about how smart it was to ship the kids to school and then not be able to safely take them back home afterwards.
well, see, it happened about a week and a half ago. We had that. The buses were having a hell of a time trying to get the kids home because it was okay in the morning, and then that afternoon it was just terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, I think the snow is going to bury your camera now.
Is he getting snow up there?
Well, apparently, he's calling for it. It says snow is going to bury my camera. So, hey, Marshall in the house this morning.
Good morning, Marshall. Glad to see you here. We just we came on a little earlier than we have been recently because of Paul. They because of the pending snowstorms have canceled all the bus runs and probably canceled school, right?
Mhm. Actually, what normally happens here, Paul, is that they cancel the bus runs, but they keep the schools open. But today, all the schools are closed. So,
Okay.
Mike said he's got a 30-30. He's going to think about selling to buy a new camera with the money.
There's the Tug Pride right there, and it's down there sitting waiting for the Tadasic that's downbound.
Oh, you gonna escort him or something?
Yeah, help put them into the Sarnia Harbor.
Oh, he's going into Sarnia.
At least that's what it says. Its destination is Sarnia, and I looked at the marine traffic, and the harbor is pretty much open. So all the ships that are parked there for their layup are off on that side chute,
Yep. Why would he want to go way out there to help him?
He's not really not. He's just kind of putzing around.
Yeah, maybe just playing around waiting for him.
Oh, he's upbound now. He wasn't. He was sitting out at the end of the harbor. So now maybe he's going out, maybe going to follow it down or.
Maybe. You think you just sit off to the side and wait for him?
Yeah, or the Tadasic is having some problems and they're not being escorted. The Tadasic is not being escorted, so.
Yeah. Maybe he's having some kind of trouble with something.
Well, I'm gonna have to order some more of those pills and they're not cheap.
Yeah. Was that for you or for Mia?
For me, it's Epiquil.
Oh,
She's got allergies. My little baby does.
what's the weather like in good old Arizona this morning? It wouldn't even be daylight there yet. I don't think. For Marshall,
Yeah,
Mike said he is 3030 has a beautiful cherry red stock on it. Oh, that'd be cool. I got a 308 I haven't used in 50. Oh, gotta be more. Well, yesterday was 18 years ago. Dad passed away, and it was a couple 3 years before that. That it was the last time I used that 308. So it's got to be 20 some odd years since I used my 308.
let me see. Let's look at marine traffic here and see if we can see. What I wanted to see is what kind of speed the Tadasic has. It's not doing, it's doing 0 knots. So maybe the Tadasic maybe is having some issues because when it came down, Paul, it was doing a zigzag.
The
Close
which
to the
one?
shore, away from the shore, out in the lake, down in the lake.
Which one are you talking about, Paul?
The CSL Tadasic. See, it's a green dot.
Oh,
Not
no,
moving.
that's the Assiniboine.
Oh, that's what I mean. The Assiniboine. And,
Oh, okay.
tough
Yeah,
to get.
yeah, just sitting there.
He was coming down. He was doing like 11 knots.
Huh? Tug assist, yeah, this is 4.3 knots right now. He must be having some kind of issue. That's why the tug's there.
Yep. That's probably why he delayed because nobody could figure out what he was doing out there in the lake and why he was zigzagging.
Yeah,
Maybe he's got a rudder problem or.
yeah. Well, it'd be interesting in a few minutes to find out what's going on. Too bad you couldn't fly.
Yeah, exactly. But it's still coming down. I'm looking out in the like the little puddles outside. They're going dot,
Yep.
dot, 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 It's raining pretty good. I don't know. I've flown in a mist before and I've flown in light rain when I got caught out there and then came back without issues. But I think in a regular rain, you sure wouldn't want to launch in it. And you sure wouldn't want to try and fly in it because you get it on the lens of the camera and plus it's electronic,
Yep. I was watching Captain Drone this morning. He was flying what do you call it? Looked like a jet, but it was an RC plane. And anyways, he was flying it there and he put a bigger battery in than what was in it. And he put a ski on, took the front wheel out, put a ski on it and some plastic things over the wheel and put a GoPro 360 on it or whatever it was, or 360 on it. Was trying to fly it, end up he crashed it into the snow. He was blowing the snow off, and then he was getting ready to fly it again. All of a sudden, smoke was pouring out of it.
Oh, really?
Because I got the ESC got wet with the snow or something in it.
Yeah, you don't. That's if you care about your equipment, you don't put it in harm's way like that.
Yep. Well, it was, he probably got it for free to test, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
Yeah. L Marshall says it's still dark there. Yeah, it's going to be 60 degrees for the high, so it's not as warm as what it has been. And good morning, Eric Ross. Good morning. How you doing this morning there? We're on a little bit earlier today than we normally are because, of course, I drive school bus and don't get back here at about 20 after 9. But guess what? No school buses today because of the impending weather coming. So I probably might even be off for the rest of the week. We'll see what happens. Supposed to got a lot of bad weather coming. So.
So you said you got a couple signs to do?
I got 3 to do this morning.
Wow.
Yep.
Are they closer?
Yeah, oh yeah. One's about about 3 blocks away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one I put. Remember, I had to go put one over here in the next street over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sold already.
So you got to take it down. Wow.
It's not coming down yet, but no, let me see. I got 40 Barn Street, which is about 3 blocks away, 57 Alma and 55 Manitoba. They're about 10 blocks away.
Wow. Right in the neighborhood.
Yeah, so it's not very far away.
Now, do you go out and put the sold sign on them?
Not always. They usually do themselves, right? But I got a couple agents. If they're real busy and they're out of town, he'll get me to do it. He'll pay me extra to go do it, right? So I did one 2 days ago. I think I had to go to Elmer, just put a sold sign on. I got to do my billing too. I had to sit down last night, finish my picture. So I got them. They're in my mailbox already. He said he'd pick them up this morning. So I like to use it. Well, shouldn't say I like using it. I've used it a little bit. That Luminar Neo, that newest one.
Yeah.
But the problem is you have to edit every picture. Like see the other two Luminar 4 and Luminar AI, I can just edit one picture and apply it to all of the other ones and just tweak it a little bit if I have to, but they don't have the save feature yet. So
Well, weren't they going to be updating it?
oh yeah, it'll be updated. Yeah, they're going to have that feature apparently, so they just don't have it just yet. That's all.
I'm going to share the screen here.
Yeah. Would Boat Nerd have a picture of that?
Well, I was looking at Boat Nerd. They got the camera aimed out there, but it not
Catching anything, eh?
well, I think you could no, it's maybe it is out there. I can't tell because it's so fuzzy wuzzy,
Okay, well, let's go take a look here.
Here's the screen share. If you notice, the tug now is not moving, and the Tedasic is not moving. Must be just kind of rumbling because it's moving just very 0.2 knots.
Yeah.
And the Pride is sitting out there not moving.
Huh.
So that's interesting.
Oh. Well, Boat Nerd just pointing at the bridge. Looks like it's real foggy there.
Yes. Well, hazy, you got rain in between too.
Yeah. But that the St. Clair, there's a ship just going by right now. The St. Clair, Michigan River, Boat Nerd.
Oh, there is a ship going by
at St. Clair right now.
Really? I wonder who the hell that is.
I'll go north.
Oh, yeah. The tanker, it was headed
Yep.
back. It's going to the refinery south of Sarnia.
Yeah. It says it's heading to Nanacoke. But I watched the news last night. They said that Lake Erie's flowed right over now. Like
Yeah.
yeah, I might be open now, but what they said last night, first time in a long time it's been flowed right over. So, and Alga Nova is heading to Sarnia, and it's got a Coast Guard Nay Bay, I guess it is. It's a
Nia Bay.
Nia Bay. Yeah, it's escorting it. They're doing 12.3 knots. So the ship is doing 11.2 knots. And Griffin is right at both of Lake Erie and St. Clair.
Yeah, the Hollyhock though is at port, but
Hmm.
it got there 15 hours ago.
Yeah.
At Pine Grove Park there.
Eric Ross says he teaches and he has a day off today. Whereabouts are you, Eric?
Samuel Risley is still docked over in Canada.
Yeah.
It pulled up to, there used to be a power plant across from the St. Clair power plant in Canada.
Oh yeah.
And it pulled over and docked there.
Huh.
The power plant has a set of docks,
Yeah.
and it's been sitting there for like a day or two.
Huh.
Screen share.
Warren, Michigan. Okay.
Okay, see, this is a Canadian power plant here.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know if it's still operational or not, but there it is right there.
Okay.
Samuel Risley.
Maybe the crew got a few day off or something, maybe.
I don't know, but it's been sitting there now. I would say this is going on the third day.
Oh, third day. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe it's got some mechanical issues too. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, especially breaking all that ice.
They work those boats pretty hard. Yep.
Yeah, Eric Ross said he's from Warren, Michigan. Yeah, like here, like normally if they cancel school buses, they schools remain open, but they decide to even close all the schools right now.
Yeah, here's the drama that Paul and I are watching right here. This is Port Huron, of course, Blue Water Bridges, and that's the buoy number 1 and 2 right there, beginning of marking of the channel. But the assist tug Pride came out of Sarnia Harbor right here and went up there. Here's the Sarnia. It came out here and went up here, and it's sitting at 0 knots.
Not going anywhere.
Not going anywhere. And here is the Assiniboine, and it's at 0.2 knots.
That could be just drifting a bit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Causing 0.2 knots. Or 0.2.
Turn my marine radio on.
Yeah, maybe you can hear something going on.
See if we hear anything.
Have you got any bad weather there yet, Eric? Because we haven't got nothing here yet, but it's coming. But go take a look at the map. This is light rain here right now. We should get snow starting any time. Actually, even Sarnia is showing snow, but you got some freezing rain coming here. What we got? Just taking a quick look here to. Yeah, see, we ain't gonna have much for a little while, but maybe I'll go at about 10 o'clock or something. I'll go put those signs up and get them done before we get the worst of it. Because it looks like the worst is gonna hit about noon or a little bit before that. Huh. I don't know.
I'm not getting anything on the radio.
Not getting nothing there, Paul.
Sarnia traffic isn't talking to him.
Yeah.
So the airwaves are clear. I'm sure. Anyway.
This is down at Boat Nerd, St. Clair. But that ship, Elginor, and there's look like an icebreaker or something coming up here.
Yeah.
The Samuel Risley underway now.
Oh, that's the Risley. Okay.
Yep, the Risley. It's underway
now. It must be beating feet up there to try and help out.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I'm thinking.
Let me see. Where is? Okay, I'll go out of stop share. Okay, cool. Let's go here. Let's go back down to. Okay. It says destination ice ups.
Yeah, it's doing 6.2 knots. Makes you wonder, is it going to escort the Algo north or is it heading for Lake Huron? Don't know.
Yeah,
I don't see any other cutters in the area. Do you?
No, I don't see anything else.
Because they said that Algonac is completely a mess now.
Yeah, I just refreshed it. Yeah, he might be heading up to Algonac, maybe. No, Algonac's farther south, though, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's going north, though, Paul.
Well, he's definitely is passing. He might go up and try and free that one and then beat feet to go back down to Algonac.
Yeah.
Because the Assiniboine has got to be tied up in ice, I'm guessing. Because what happened is we had those strong southerly winds, and you could look out there yesterday, Paul, and you could see the lake. It was clear. Yeah. So all that ice was jammed on top of each other.
Yeah.
And then now that the wind let up, it's the current's bringing it down. So I would imagine it's quite a mess out there.
Yeah. AZ Drone Dude had a question there.
Okay, let me take a look.
And good morning, AZ Drone Dude. Yep.
Okay, AZ. Yes, it does flow all the way down to the ocean and dumps out. It's called the St. Lawrence Seaway for a reason. It goes right on up through the St. Lawrence Passage and out into the ocean. North of Maine is where the outlet is. In fact, let me
because what it does is if you head south here on this with the flow, it goes through to Lake Erie. You go through the Welland Canal into Lake Ontario, and then you keep going east, and that's the St. Lawrence, and it goes for a long ways, but it eventually dumps out into the Atlantic. But it's probably what 1,000 miles away.
Yeah, here it is. Here's where we are right now. We're waiting. You come down the St. Clair River down here across Lake St. Clair. Then you got Detroit and the Detroit River. Then you have Lake Erie. And they come up like this. Then you have locks up here. This is the Welland locks, Welland Canal locks that take it up because it's rapids along here under normal circumstances. So they have to lock in and out of the canal. Then you go across, this is Lake Ontario, right, Paul?
Yep, Lake Ontario.
Yep. And then what river is this called? Do you know?
That's the St. Lawrence.
St. Lawrence River. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goes up past Montreal. Goes all the way up. And here's where it goes out into the ocean. And so these are all ships that are underway from all over everywhere. But as you can see, north of Montreal is the last of the moving cargo ships. Here's containers. There's liquid haulers. There's bulk haulers. There's all kinds of them.
Yeah.
But that's the circles mean that they're not moving. It's like, let's pick this one. This is moving. It's a tanker, another tanker. Here's the cargo vessel. And so all of the different ships around the world,
yep,
which is something to see, are plotted on
look at them all. Yeah.
marinetraffic.com, which is a great free, you can see everywhere. But there's the Assiniboine, and it is doing 1 knot now.
Yeah, and the Pride looked like it's the tug assist is heading south again.
1.2, yep.
Huh.
Maybe it thought it was going to go out and help, and it got a little bit stuck, and it turned around and hightailing it back.
I don't know. Huh.
Because a tug can break up the ice, but by nature they're much bigger and flatter.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's the tug right there, and let me just see if I can get some more pictures of it. There it is there. There it is underway, and it's a tug assist. It helps push. There's Sarnia Harbor. As you can see, it's pushing the Algo steel into the harbor. There it is coming down bound. Here it is. It's when it's tied up in Sarnia Harbor. So yeah, it
the Pride looked like it almost stopped again. Now it's only 0.3 knots.
Yeah, it's kind of waiting, I think.
And 0.4 on the Assiniboine now. Something going on out there.
Yeah, I think it's a nice situation.
Yeah, Hazy Drone Dude says, wow, I never thought it was connected to the ocean going up north. It's a long way to get there. Oh, yeah, it's a long way.
But it's still cheaper to ship by water than it is to truck it or unload it onto train cars. One of those ships, I can't remember, Paul, but it's like 3,500 train car loads of like iron ore and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, how many transports would be just phenomenal. Yeah. Hey, Ron and Go Fisher in there. Hi, just
Oh,
I'm
it's
sorry, guys. I wasn't paying attention. JSK, Marcel. Woohoo! Hey, good morning, everybody.
Toy Man's here.
No, Marcel, rise and shine. Yep. And Leonard from JSK Enterprises. All right. Stella. Yeah.
Yep, Stella and Ron.
Hashtag Mrs. Toy Fishy Raid. Well, you're in the right spot. We're around water here. So there we go. So I take it, Sally, you got your internet back. I take it because you've been having some serious trouble, I guess, from I hear from your provider. So
Boat Nerd readjusted their camera to the just up underneath the bridge, but it sure is hazy.
yeah. Yeah, it's funny that tug now is going 2.3 knots, but he's going east to west, towards east. Yeah. It shows the direction now. I don't know.
He's circling
Oh,
around.
no, now he's back straight again. Maybe just the way I was. No, you zoom out and it shows him to the east, but you zoom in, he's pointing down. Oh, now he's pointing back up. Is this? Well,
Yeah,
that's weird.
he's just kind of circling around out there.
Yeah, I think so. Well, he's got a half a knot there going. So, hey, sorry guys. Yeah,
No, Stella, wait. As you know, you start manipulating the cameras and the feeds and screen sharing and everything. It's kind of sometimes it's hard to watch the chat.
yeah. Let's get playing too much around with the computer. You don't watch the chat close enough. Yeah, I'm just as guilty as anybody is. Yeah, we're doing that. Yeah.
So Ron and Stella are here along with JSK.
Yeah.
AZ is here from Arizona. Marcel, rise and shine. Eric Ross, he's a teacher. Yep. I would imagine the Warren, I think I saw the Warren schools are closed too. Most all the schools in the Detroit metro area have closed.
Yeah.
And Warren is a suburb of Detroit.
Hubby Howie says that no work today. Took a snow day, 8 to 12 inches coming, and we got about 5 on the ground already.
Well, I'm going to screen share again my yard just to show you that the rain is changing over now to snow.
Well, starting to change the snow, eh? Yeah.
Yep. Can you see it, Paul?
Yep, I can see the snow up against the tree there in the house. Yeah. But it's still wet snow though. It's still warm enough.
The wet, heavy snow, and it's intermixed with regular raindrops. So
yeah. What time of day is it? 9 o'clock? Well, I see the Samuel Risley is heading back south again now.
Oh, it's going to follow that one, huh? So
yeah.
they must have reported. I've got the marine radio on. I don't hear any conversation.
There you go, Paul. There's screen share.
Okay.
That's the Risley heading south now. Because that's where the Elgo North was heading out down there.
Yeah, he must be going to go escort the Elgo North.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to see you there, Stella. Really good.
Yeah, nothing on the radio. Channel 11. So if the tug and the Assiniboine are talking, they're not
yeah.
verbalizing on the radio. So Stella, how's the snow been up there? I know Ron has been continually working, but I think he's driving he's driving yard shifting trailers around and stuff, right,
Yeah.
Paul?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, you see the tug now is doing 5.1 knots heading north again.
Oh, it's doing 5.1 knots.
Yeah,
Wow.
maybe he's playing around there, breaking up ice or something. Oh well, time will tell what he's been up to.
See, I just went to marine traffic and it says he's sitting there doing 0.3 knots,
Oh, I see a tail coming across the table there.
0.5 knots on the Assiniboine.
Yeah.
But we all know that these guys, this can be off by quite a bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just keep hitting the refresh button and getting new stuff, right?
Yeah.
See, I refreshed now. It says the tugboat's only doing 0.3 knots.
Yep. Then the Assiniboine's doing 0.5 knots.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. Something going on out there today.
Well, the thing of it is that I just wonder why if it is a snow issue, why the Hollyhock is still sitting at the dock unless half the crew left when they got there yesterday.
Yeah. Yep. Stella says, I have snow, it's free. Come and get it. I'll make you a free meal if you take a semi full worth home with you. Especially out of her yard, right?
Yeah, it did. It rained all night here too, Ron. And then right now it is switching. It's rain with a little bit of icy snow. And it's starting to get heavier. As you can see, the ice pellets coming down. Because we're right on the edge of it here. The rain and snow. The heaviest snow here is supposed to be sometime after 11 o'clock, another couple hours. Yeah, I think that everybody's, here it is. It's only the 1st of February, and I'm so sick and tired of winter. Like I say, I'd be glad when March rolls around because then you get halfway decent days mixed in.
Yeah, Vader had to go out on squirrel patrol. Had to check see if there's any squirrels in the backyard.
Ah.
It's funny. He runs out the door, gets to the end of the porch, looks around. Nope, no squirrels. Okay, I'll come back in the house now. She said she can even make homemade caramel top fudgy brownies. Ooh, that sounds good.
It sounds good.
Well, Marcel, he's got to go to work. Well, Marcel, you have a good day at work if possible.
Yeah, Marcel. Thanks for popping in, Marcel. And you stay safe and hopefully we'll see you again soon. I just had to put Mia's medication in the file cabinet.
Go. Yeah.
The Yeah, I think probably next couple of days are gonna be a kick back and relax couple of days.
Mhm.
I ended up getting my big snow blower fired up. But what it's doing, it needs the carburation probably adjusted because it diesels. You know, you're trying to go,
Yep. Yeah. You can,
Either that or do you think it's a filter thing or?
it could be a filter too, eh? Could be the air filter. Could be, but you never go very far, so.
No. Well, that's the big snow blower doesn't go very far. It just, and I started up at diesels.
Oh,
And, and I noticed a
oh
diesel
no, yeah, it's on the snow blower.
on the snow blower. Yep.
The snow blowers don't have filters.
Do they have a filter in the like the fuel tank or?
The fuel filter be a fuel filter.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
a,
what's the? I'm trying to think. Because there's a guy talks about how it goes up and down, up and down. What the fix on that was? I have to see if I can find it later for you.
yeah, and it's got a cowling all the way around the motor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. No, a snowblower, they don't have filters. What they do is um they go through by the exhaust pipe. They go through it or something because it grabs warm air once the engine's running, right? Uh, let me see if I can go. Okay, let me see here. Okay, go here. I don't want that. I want to go to here. Go. Okay, what? Let me see if I can find it.
Okay, Ron, you gotta get some Z's in, because then you gotta take care of business before you go to work too.
You gotta find out where that low speed jet is. Now, on this here Honda engine, I'm gonna show you right here.
Because I think, yeah, just how to fix a surging carburetor with Terrell. Is the guy I was looking at. It's a low speed jet need to be adjusted.
Okay. Because well, it diesels, yeah, it does diesels on all of it. But when you really notice is once it gets warmed up, and if you put the motor up to high, you know, like if you're gonna blow snow,
Yeah,
but under the load, like when I get a load of snow, when it's blowing the snow,
yeah,
it levels out fine.
yeah. Because see, that's on the high speed jet, but this is on low speed jet while it's a thing there. Eh? Yeah, look at there's Russell. It's the snowboard engine RPMs are surging up and down. Check the following parts for damage: springs, gasket, carburetor, spark plug, da da da.
The other problem I have is that the electric start doesn't work on it, and I don't know what happened. I took it in to be serviced a couple of years ago,
Yeah,
and they did a whole bunch of stuff, um, and there's it's an enclosed box that mounts into the cowling. It has a button on it, and you plug in shore power.
Yep.
And you hit the button, and the electric start is supposed to work,
yeah.
and it doesn't.
It doesn't even try.
Nope, does you can't tell you're clicking the button or not.
Oh,
So I don't know whether it's that has gone wrong or whether the starter's bad or
well, the only way you can really tell is to put a test light on the starter and hit the button to see if the current's going through.
yeah. But
But now you want to go outside.
It's completely
You-
enclosed.
No, or you just want up? No, I think she wants up.
Ah,
Okay.
daddy's girl.
Yep. And guess who brought me a ball now?
Oh, Vader's chasing the ball.
Wow, because Gracie's getting attention. You're jealous, eh?
Ah,
No.
oh, Vader's back already.
Oh, he's back already. Oh yeah. He don't take long. He runs like the wind. Give me the ball. Come on, give it to me. She wants to play now. It's hard to play. It's hard to play with Gracie. Yeah, give me that ball. Yeah, give me that. Okay.
Gracie's looking too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's back already.
Oh yeah.
He's fast.
Oh, he is. Oh, he just runs like the wind. That little bugger.
Oh, there. Wait a minute. Risley the Pride.
It's really, I probably could have done it, but with you close by, it'd be better for you to take it. I come through center engine and I wasn't stopping. It's like 3 or 4 inch plate shoved up here. I don't think it's going to be a big issue for you at all.
So it's 3 or 4 plates of ice on top of each other where the Pride is.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just sitting here at the ice edge, and when you get up this way, I'll just get out of your way. And the Assiniboine he's backed out of the ice edge. He's less than a mile away. There's like just less than a nautical mile of ice here.
So it's a nautical mile of ice, plate ice on top of each other.
Oh, so
Yeah,
that's why.
he's backed up in open water and is sitting in the channel. This appears to not be moving at the moment. It's not moving where I am. There's a small ice bridge left here, just above 1 and 2. But I'm sure as soon as we disturb it, it's all going to get going.
So he's talking to somebody, some Coast Guard.
Yeah. Because that's why the Assiniboine can't get through that ice sheet.
Yes, sir.
Where's the Hollyhock?
Hollyhock
Yes,
is
sir. I think
moored
once they
at
get
Soaring.
through this, once they get to 1 and 2, there's nothing after that to worry about. It's just this little bit here. And the concern was if stuff did start moving, I might be in over my head, and then he's out of the channel and aground. Yes, sir. Thank you. We'll see you here in a bit.
It sounds like were they talking to the Hollyhock? Maybe they're coming out. Because he said he's in over his head.
Yeah.
He can't get to the ship. Come on, Greg, get up. They're too heavy to be up here.
Try anymore. So, yeah, I'll back right out of the way here.
Is there something that is upbound?
Well, it shows that the Riley's upbound now.
So he's back upbound doing 10.4 knots. So they must be talking to the Risley
Oh,
because the Hollyhock is not underway.
no. So the Hollyhock sounds like it's going to come to rescue, eh?
That's what it sounds like. We couldn't hear the Hollyhock. We could hear him answering whoever he was talking to,
Yeah.
that he was going to stand by and wait for them to get there. If it is the Risley, it's going to go up there 10 knots. It's about 30, 40, probably 45 minutes away
Well, that's not too far then.
because it's 5 to about 10 miles away doing 10 knots.
Uh,
So
Because it's funny, because when I looked at the right, it looked like it turned around and was heading south. But anyways, I don't know, because I was sitting here still watching the camera because it disappeared off in the mist, but it must have turned around again. But I don't see it on the camera here at St. Clair, so. Oh. Because it says here that it's north of the St. Clair now, so it must have turned on, went back north again. Well, yeah, okay, there, Go Fish. You have a good day.
Hey, Stella, you take care.
Yep, we'll see you later.
Thank you, Russell, for the information. I'll
Roger, I'm gonna have to copy on that. Over.
Well, I guess that was northbound. He was going because that's St. Clair. It's on that side and went up through that channel. Huh?
you
That's weird.
just talked to the Algo North and it's downbound. So
Yeah, it's heading in
the
toward.
Risley is beating feet up, headed north. Looks like.
Yeah. But it's funny that that tanker didn't want an escort down through Elginak and all that.
The Assiniboine looks like it's doing 0.3 knots. It's trying to work its way around back and forth, I think. Might be ramming and back up, ram again.
Yeah.
But the Pride is just sitting waiting.
Yeah.
Because the Pride is going to assist it into Sarnia Harbor, which makes me wonder if there isn't some kind of a mechanical issue with the Assiniboine because it took so long. There was plenty of time for it to come down. It's been sitting up there off the thumb now. It's got to be going on 48 hours.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, dogs are barking at something. Must be a squirrel in the tree. I gotta go stop. Yeah. Yeah. Damn squirrel sitting on the fence there looking at the dogs and they're barking like crazy at them.
Huh.
But they won't.
Teasing the dogs.
Yeah. Well, squirrel ran off, but they won't give up for a few minutes yet.
Suppose I better change my calendar. I still got it set for January.
Oh, hey, there you go.
February the 2nd it is.
It says Santa Monica doing 0.7 knots now. Maybe trying to get through. Yeah, you won't be too long getting up there, I don't think. Hey, Mr. JD.
Hey, JD, how you doing? We'll see you, Stella.
Yeah, I was supposed to stop in this morning after my school bus run and do my read the code on my truck, see what's wrong with it. Well, if it's an oxygen center or something, I can always order one.
Ron's off to get his beauty sleep, and Stella has got things to do, so she left us as well. Well, everybody watch for the Ron and Stella show.
Oh, see if I can get these dogs in the bark.
So JD, what are you up to? How's the weather out there? We're getting ready for the big snowstorm here. It's been raining on and off since about midnight last night, and now we got a little bit of mix rain and a little bit of snow, kind of an icy snow. And then with the next hour or so, it's supposed to change over to pretty much all snow.
Oh yeah, of course I go there to get the dogs, and of course walking slowly across top of the fence. Little buggers.
Here's the snow line. It's moving.
Yeah.
That's at 7 o'clock this morning.
It was raining. What's it like over by me yet, Paul? Not too bad yet? Yeah, see, we only got a little bit of rain right now for a little while.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
But by the time it gets to like, there you go. 2
there it goes.
o'clock.
Boom. Yeah. I'm gonna go out about 10 o'clock. I'm gonna go do those signs before the worst gets here.
Cheer.
Yeah. Where's Marine City? There he goes. Oh, there's quite a bit of ice at Marine City too.
Bridgewood. Sign your traffic is talking to the Risley. We can't hear the Risley because he's so far away.
Yeah.
Roger, Coast Guard Ship Channel, Risley. No other traffic in the area besides Subprime, CSL Cinnabon. Down at Suncor. Over.
So what he was doing is he was checking in at the next check-in before the Black River. So
Yeah.
in other words, he would say something like 30 minutes to the Black River, or
Yeah. Well, it's showing the center point at 0.9, almost a full knot.
see, he reported in at the Stag Island upper, but he's past Stag Island now pretty good. He's still doing pretty good clip, 10.2 knots. So
Oh yeah, he'd just be on.
could be
Hammer down. Let's go.
It's usually 25 to 35 minutes, depending upon the speed, to get to the Black River from there.
Yeah.
And like you're right, the Pride just seems to be like swirling around in circles up there.
Yeah.
Well, he's moving off to the east of the channel because he said that he was going to get out of the way.
Yeah.
The Assiniboine is still doing 0.9 knots, doing
Yep.
good.
Yeah, he's moving up. Oh, another sign. Can you remove the sign 4502 East Road for Yvonne? East Road. Where's that? Or have I got one for her on East Road? Google Maps. Oh, Port Stanley. Okay.
Okay, JD. JD said that it's been snowing out there in Kansas City area all night. But they only have about a few inches so far.
Yeah. Oh, now I got to go out of town. I got to go to Port Stanley. That's only about 8 miles away. Oh. Yeah, the pride's doing 3.4 knots now.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
wondering if it isn't got off the shelf. The photo from here, we can't see much past,
Yeah.
the paper plant because it's just so misty and snowy.
Yeah, I got to put, let me see, I got 2 posts. I need 3 of those new plastic ones. Only got 2, but I picked up, I don't know, I think 5 more, 6 more that she ordered yesterday. So I got them here. I'm gonna open the boxes up and put them together, I guess.
Do they just slip together or how do they?
Yeah, they just slide together and stuff, but you got to put end caps on them. You got to slide them in, put a lock in it, put a cap on it. You got to screw in the sign holders for the top and screw in the bottom ones from the bottom to hang the sign and stuff. A little bit of work. No, it don't take long.
It doesn't take long, but it's not like it's just a pop, pop, pop out of the box.
Well, no, you got to do some assembly out of the box, but once you've done it once, all they do is pull that clip out and pull the arm off, and I can transport it easy. Then when you do it, just slide back in, put the clip in it, put the cap back on, you're done. It's easy, really.
JD just said that he got Da Vinci installed Monday. Pretty overwhelming.
Yeah, but you don't have to do all that stuff in there. You can probably get rid of Fusion if you don't want to use it for now. Just you can go into the settings, so don't start up, get out of the cut page. Just go in, just use the edit page for that. There's a lot of stuff you can eliminate. But I do 2 screens, so then I slide the stuff I don't want to use over to that side. Just I have the right screen for all the main editing. It's actually not bad, but when you first look at it, you go, "Holy crap!" Yeah, there's a lot to it, but it's not that bad once you catch on to it, though. I see Risley's at Marysville already. Huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's he's booking along pretty good.
Yeah.
I would say at the rate he's going 5, 10, 15. He's about 20, 22 minutes from the Black River.
Yeah. Centerboy's down to 0.7 knots, so almost like you're trying to get through, and the tug says it's down to 1 knot.
He's working on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little intimidating at first, but really it's not that bad a deal. Once you go in or put your media in and drag it over into the timeline, and you start editing. I mean, it's Hey, look who's in the house. Good morning, Rodney Bell.
Hey, Rodney. Good morning. Hey, Rodney, how's things on the East Coast doing? Not too, everybody get cleaned up and straightened around and. we're just sitting here waiting on our next snowstorm. It's supposed to arrive imminently.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not even driving the school bus this morning to get school shut down just in case. Not just in case, but because it's going to get nasty here in a little bit. So,
Probably a wise precautionary move.
yep.
Yeah, we're actually what we're doing is we're tracking. We have a ship that's in the ice, and we don't know whether it's running at 100% capacity or not, because it's been lingering out in the lake doing zigzags and everything for the last 48 hours. And now finally it's made its way down, and there's a tug assist out of Sarnia is waiting on it, but he says it's really snowing now, Paul. The tug
Oh,
assist
yeah.
is
Oh, wow.
yep. The is waiting for it.
Sarnia traffic to Pride.
That's the tug assist.
Yes, sir. We're most likely just going to be in the way here, so we're downbound now. We're just below 1 and 2. We're just going to head down and wait to see government dock.
That's what's
So he's just going to go back to the government dock and wait.
yeah,
Huh?
he's gonna wait for the Assiniboine down in this area down there.
Probably just wasting fuel, right? Sitting there out there.
This is the ship right here that is kind of stalled, the Assiniboine.
Yeah.
And it's only doing right now.
Half a knot.
Yeah, 0.4 knots
Yeah.
downbound. The Pride is moving. It's going to be moved down and go into eventually. This is called the government docks here.
Yeah. I should be able to see that tug assist pretty shortly here on stream time if they follow it.
Yeah. And here's the Samuel Risley, which is Canadian Coast Guard cutter. Is doing
Coming up to rescue it.
Yep, gonna up to the rescue.
Yep.
There it is right there, and it's got to go up here. It'll call in at the Black River and then it heads up.
Yeah. So where's the traffic management from? Could you hear them? Hey, traffic.
They're out of Sarnia Traffic Control.
Oh,
They've taken control of the eastern portion of the Great Lakes, and I would imagine it's agreement between the U.S. and Canada, so they all
yeah.
work through that.
Hey, Ron. Oh, I didn't even look. I didn't even see that. Ron photography's in the house this morning. Come on, Ron. I'm sorry. I didn't even see you there.
Hey,
Joseph
Ron, yeah, we've been watching the
Yeah.
the ship rescue.
Yeah. And Joseph Hartman. I don't know if I've even got his thing here. No, I'm not. Joseph, one subscriber.
Good morning, Joseph.
Yeah. Okay, go. About join back.
Yeah, I've got the marine radio turned up and we're listening and
I'm gonna paint you to death, or I'm gonna batter you to death.
Yeah, the Risley is north of Marysville now. Just about at the Port Huron border. There goes the Pride,
Mm-hmm.
right there.
Yeah. They boogieing along there pretty good.
Yep. He's gonna go down, the river curves, and then he'll head for the government dock.
Yeah. Pretty well all open there. Just a few chunks of ice going down.
Yeah, yeah, it's like they said, the plates of, he called it in as seven plates high. So a plate would be about, I think, 4 to 6 inches, so there's seven
Yeah.
plates high on the ice.
Wow. Because they just once it starts jamming up there, it starts jamming up, right?
Yep.
But the thing is that once they break it, it'll start coming down the river.
Break it loose, yes.
Yeah.
I know. Boo. I know. What do you want? You
Quite
got-
that boat there, that right or not the Riley, but that tug assist. Quite you don't sit very high out of the water, does
Oh,
it?
that's the Pride. They're low in the water, and it's got all those tires
Yeah,
around it to
alright.
bounce off stuff and
Yeah.
push without damaging ships.
Yeah. Yeah. Must have 2 engines on it because it's got 2 stacks coming out of
Yeah.
her. So
Yeah,
it's probably pretty powerful, that thing.
yeah, it is. Well, to push those great big ships around.
Yeah.
You can barely see downriver.
Oh
That's,
yeah.
Pine Grove Park, and over here should be the U.S. Coast Guard cutter. So you can see the snow and everything, and the fog and the haze, and
Yeah. Yeah, it won't be much longer. The Risley will be up there because it's just that Salt Park right now.
yep. And if you look at on marine traffic, it shows the Pride is just south of the bridge. Well, it's quite a ways south of the bridge. It's down
Oh.
Pine Grove Park, so which is on here about 3,000 feet further. So
Yeah.
when you look at the Risley coming up, it's probably closer to Reed Avenue.
Boat nerd now, the camera just covered in snow and ice and stuff.
Yeah, just hazed out.
They're trying to do 360s or something with the camera right now, trying to clean it or something. I don't know. Too bad they didn't have a way of wiping it. Great to go down to the Detroit live cam down there because there's no ice at all on the river.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much going on. I didn't check the downbound cameras like Marine City to see if the Algo North where's the Algo North at?
Elkanoris, should be just about Marine City. Just about should be a go to Marine City Cam.
Marine City Cam, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think so. Where's Marine City Cam? Right there. No, they're still waiting for it just to come around the corner. I think they got the camera set up. So Hey, good morning, Bill.
The Algo North called in, so it says something about. Yeah, the Algo North now is 0.4 knots. He's gonna anchor and wait for the Risley.
Oh, is he?
Yep,
So the Ridley's going to be busy this morning.
yep, because he just called in and said, I could hear him say something, wait for the Risley, so. Yeah, there's lots of activities. And the Tug Pride had disappeared out into the mist. It's gone.
Yeah.
Because the snow is coming down pretty good clip right there.
So, Bill, how's the weather in the Newfoundland?
Good morning, Bill.
We're just waiting to hunkering down here. The snow's just about to start any time here. And well, Paul's starting to get it already, but I'm not driving the school bus today because they canceled all the schools and buses and everything here ahead of the storm because it's going to be pretty bad. So,
We got give
Starting
you
your traffic to Pride.
Pride. There's the Pride.
Traffic to Pride. We're down here into the government dock, and we'll be standing by here until the Assiniboine gets down here to make her approach to the dock.
He's just gonna be looping around down here waiting for the Assiniboine,
yep.
which is the
Roger,
destination.
Roger, Delgado.
The Assiniboine is up here only, it's not moving at all.
Yep.
And the rescue boat is the Risley, the
Yep.
Samuel Risley, which is a Canadian Coast Guard boat.
Yep.
A buoy tender, but also a icebreaker. So
Yeah, I was just looking at Boatner feed and to see if they can see the Risley coming up, but it's snowing so hard you can't even see anywhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here to here is, according to the map, 1 mile. It's about 2 miles off of buoys 1 and 2, which is the end of the channel.
Yeah.
Right along the left-hand side here of the channel, which is what this marker is. It goes from here to here is the channel. Over here is what they call the Corsica Shoal. It's a shallow rock and sand covered shoal that years ago, a lot of ships used to founder over there and go aground. So they marked this channel here and here, the two buoys, and they're about half a mile apart.
Yeah.
This is down here is 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And they're a mile apart.
Yeah. See, Bill says it's nice to go flying today down there, but you need to update and charge up. But he said I can't be bothered because it's too cold out.
Well, it's not only the cold, it's right now I'm looking out and I'm seeing bigger like raindrops, big ones plopping into the.
Wow, they said mixed precipitation, so.
So it's that big. If it was just snow, I'd say, yeah, go out and fly, have a good time. But it's the big plopping drops that I see out there in the that are hitting in the puddles.
Yeah.
Now, if it's changed over to completely snow, then I would go. But Because I could launch from this area down here, anywhere along here, and go out and get that. You know, even as far as here. Here's Lakeside Park right here, there's a beach. There's all kinds of places. The end of Conger you could launch. Go out there. Yeah, the Risley's moving along now. Give it another couple of minutes, Paul, and you should be able to, if you got any visual at all on Boat Nerd,
Yeah.
should be able to maybe see it.
No. I don't think you're gonna see it.
Oh, no. I just went over on Boat Nerd
Yep, that's what I'm looking at right now, Paul.
and it's not viewable. The looks to me, Paul, like green screen share. There's underneath the Blue Water Bridges, and you're only maybe 100 yards or 120 yards away from the bridge from this camera.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you can see that it's snowing and blowing pretty good.
Right back. Ugh.
So once the Risley gets in view, it's not going to be immediately in view, I don't believe, because maybe it's cleared up a little bit. Trying to figure out what that is floating down. Looks like it's a dark, something dark. Huh. Yeah, it hazes out the snow.
Okay.
It's snowy.
Yeah,
It is snowy for sure.
yeah, it's coming this way too, so.
Well, Paul, I hate to pull you away from the drama, but if you feel you gotta go.
Yeah, I think I better get these signs up before I get what you're getting, because it's coming this way, so.
Yeah, right now all you've got is rain, right?
Yeah, and I got, yeah, well, it's clear out there right now. Wow, it's not doing anything right now. But they said light rain, but anyway, so. And I gotta go all the way to Port Stanley too, so.
How far is that, Paul?
Oh, about 8 miles out of town.
Oh, okay.
It's not too bad, but
So you got, but you also got to put a couple of signs together, right?
yeah, I gotta put some here together in the house here before I even leave, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I better go do that, I guess, so.
Yeah, we'll miss you.
Yep. Okay, well, I hate to leave you alone here like this, but
I understand. Life happens, Paul.
yep.
Life-
Yeah,
About the
so,
time we got it figured, we figure we have it all figured out.
yep.
It
Yep.
changed.
Yeah. Well, I was over at my friends last night having supper, and that she said, "Oh, y'all caught up?" I said, "Shh, don't say that." All of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. As soon as you get caught up, boom, here it happens every time. Yeah, got to go do some more. So, what do you
Hi,
want, you little
Marshall.
shit?
Marshall, you have a great day. Marshall's got to leave. He's going to get his car fixed.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, got squeaky here.
Uh, Now, who's chasing that, Vader or?
Oh yeah, it's Vader. Yeah, Gracie's not a big ball chaser. Vader is. He just loves his balls. Gracie will sometimes she'll get that little spurt, and then she'll want to get involved in it.
Now, it sounds like he's got the squeaker taken care of in that one.
Oop.
So it doesn't squeak anymore.
Yeah, not squeaking.
Well,
Look at that. He's waiting for it. Yep. He's already there. And he's back.
he's fast.
Oh, he's fast, little bugger. Yeah. Yeah, now he wants to wrestle. Okay, I got it. A lot of times I can hit the door jam and then it goes into the hallway. And oh, he's back. So, okay, Paul, I better get my buddy gear. So,
Okay, Risley's at Black River.
yeah. So he won't be long going in. I'd like to see that, but anyways, better get my butt gear. So talk to you tonight, Paul.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Under that, thank you. Greg, the CSL team 1, the Risley on 1-1. The Cinnamon. So I'll make a working channel 1-0, please. Okay. The Cinnamon on channel 10. Yeah, I saw you're in the channel now, so I think what I'll do is I'll probably meet you on 1 whistle there, and I'll come around, and then I'll proceed down again. Over. Okay, very good. I'll hold position right here. Okay, 1 whistle. 1 whistle.
So they're working on channel 10.
That is correct. 1 whistle. We're stopped and just treading water. Okay, thank you. Just making sure. Thank you.
So Paul had to go. He's got some signs he had to do. Just me and you folks that are hanging in there with me. We're awaiting the Samuel Risley, which is upbound. It's made it to Bowie, so it's a little bit behind because it's he's up past the Black River now. It shows him still just south of the Black River, but he's already called in, so I'm guessing he's about here, which is about 3,000 feet. This is behind about 3,000 feet. And what he's headed up through underneath the Blue Water Bridges, here's where the highest current is. And here is where all the ice shelf is. And there's the Assiniboine. He said he was going to just hover there and wait for the Risley to come up and kind of break up some of the ice around him.
Samuel Risley, the Pride on 10. Yeah, go ahead. Yes, sir. I haven't chickened out. I just didn't see sense in me being in the way, especially with visibility reducing. I doubt I would ever be needed, but if I were, we're just a call away. We'll head back up again. Okay, roger that. Thank you.
That was the Pride, which is hovering down here, waiting for the Risley to come up and pass. And the Pride is a tug assist. As you can see right there, he's going to help the Assiniboine come in here. Or here, depending upon where they're going to put him. But the Risley by now should be about here, headed upbound. So I'm going to stop share that. Let's go back here. In fact, there is, I'm going to screen share. again. This is the camera from on top of the city building. That's the Pride going by, heading for the Blue Water Bridge. So as you can see, there's water on the camera because of the rain, now the snow. Let's see what the yeah, you could just barely make it out. Is just right here coming up. No, that's not it. It's got to be down in this area somewhere. Stop share. No, I did have one that did all of the frequencies. This is just a strictly a handheld marine radio. And it's on channel 10 because that's the working channel they're using. Normally I monitor channel 11, which is where they call into Sarnia Traffic Radio. But right now, the Assiniboine and the Risley are monitoring channel 10. That's where they're talking at, along with the Tug Pride. Oh, Mike's gonna replace the camera. All right. Yeah, I picked this up on Amazon. It's a Uniden marine radio, recharges, and it really works well. Yeah, we're kind of waiting for maybe the, oh, there it is. Just barely can see the Risley coming up. We'll be able to see it go up and out into the lake. Should be headed out there momentarily. Usually from about that position on. Usually about 5 minutes to get to about this position where it's really clear. 3 to 5 minutes. And oh, come on. Okay. Share. Full screen. There you go. There's the Risley headed upbound. As you can see, the snow and the mist and everything has got it pretty much. I think somebody's joining us.
Morning, Mr. Paul.
Hey, how you doing, Ron?
Good, buddy.
The
All right.
the Risley is going up to rescue the ship that's bound in the ice just north of Port Huron. The tug Pride went up to try to assist and reported back that there was shelf ice piled on top of each other about 7 tall.
Oh, crap.
Yep. So the Cinnabon, I think it is hovering out there in the lake, waiting for the Samuel Risley, which is a Canadian tender cutter, to go up and break some of the ice up.
Oh, you got a stranded ship up there?
Yes,
Ah.
it is stranded up. Let me see if I can show you. Should be still. Yeah, I'm here. This is the Risley coming up here, and here it is. It's the Assiniboine, which is this ship, is in the ice out there.
Well, that doesn't sound like a lot of fun.
No, and I think there might be something wrong with the Assiniboine because let me get a wider view out. I'll tell you where he was. He was up in this area up here. That's about a 2.5 hour normal sailing. For the last 48 hours, zigzagging around up here and went close to shore down here, and then he came back out. So I'm thinking that there's something maybe mechanical, and that's the reason that he's having some issues.
Hmm.
But right now he's doing 0.6 knots. No, 0.5, and that could be just normal drift. But here's the Risley. Right here, it's up underneath the Blue Water Bridge. Heading upbound. Right there.
Woo!
But
Damn chilly out here this morning.
is it?
Yeah, -6.
Well, it's only 32 degrees. We've been oscillating back and forth between rain and icy snow, and it's going to change over. There's a cold front going to come through, and it's going to change over to all snow, and we're supposed to get 10, 12, 14 inches of snow today.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
We had freezing rain yesterday or day before, and then it got snotty cold again. And then I think tomorrow it's supposed to start warming up into the 40s and 50s. So probably whatever I've got, I'm sending your way. And hopefully in a couple days you'll get my 40, 50 degree weather.
There you go. I don't know if you can see it, Ron, but do you see a line right there where my arrow is? That's where the lake ice is, the shelves begin.
Oh yeah.
And that's where he's headed into.
I
And
saw
once-
that one thing you showed the other day. Like it looks like some of that ice is just like in layers, you know.
Yep. It's been
Sure.
munched and crunched and stacked.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, even though it's cold, like I said, we still don't, we got, I don't know, a dusting of snow last night. That's about all it was a dusting. We need moisture bad. I have fear for this summer, we get a lot of fires because of lightning storms, and with how dry the ground is,
Right.
trees, so I can't wait till sometimes I bring my drone to work, and I'll be on my way home like, oh, that looks cool. Let me go chase those antelope or something.
Yeah.
When it's 6 below zero, I'm like, no. No,
Well, they have to start calling you Snowshoe Ron. You keep that up.
I know. I wonder if I had snowshoes, if that wouldn't happen. I've never used snowshoes before.
Yeah,
Have you?
a lot of people that have them swear by them, especially out in any kind of weather, because you're like walking on top of everything,
Yeah. They say it's a lot, physically it takes a lot more.
Yes.
But,
Yep.
Yeah, heading home. I don't know what I'm gonna do today. Not a whole lot. We got called out at 1:30. I was about dying when I was talking to you guys yesterday. I was so tired.
Well,
I couldn't
I could see it in your eyes. You'd had a long day.
Yeah, we started at, like I said, at noon on Monday. It didn't finish up till 8. It was 8:05 when we pulled back in next morning. So
Yeah, I can hear you, Ron. Just keep talking.
okay.
I'm pitching peanuts.
But yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do today. My relief came in a couple minutes early. I do that for him all the time too.
Yeah, we're in the bend right now. We're just above 1 and 2 and making your way on one whistle.
Okay, very good. And it's not that 2 or 4 inches right now.
Yeah, I would say about that. It's all little blades that we frozen together. So yeah, it's nothing too bad. So yeah, we should be good to go after that.
That's the conversation, Ron,
So yeah, no worries.
between the Cutter Risley and the ship that's stuck.
You probably, I guess most, living there most of your life, you've probably seen some of the same ships for years and years and years. You probably know them by heart.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Have
And
a lot of them been there for years and years? The same.
Well,
same
yeah,
ship?
there's we call the Great Lakes Fleet, and there's ships there that are still in service today that were built during World War II.
Really? Wow.
Yes. And those are known as the classic. They're the long with on the bow, you have the pilot house and everything, and on the bow, and then at stern, you have the engine and everything, and the bulk is in between. And the modern day ones, it has the pilot house and everything is all in the stern, and it's all bulk all the way forward.
Right. I kind of miss boating. My friend in California, he had a apparently very high-priced boat, especially the wooden ones. And he didn't believe in fiberglass boats. He said God did not build boats to be fiberglass; they're supposed to be wood. And but we used to take that from Stockton, California, up through what they call the Delta, and that would go all the way out to the San Francisco Bay. And I got to be pretty good at navigating. It was a 49-foot, 30-ton boat.
Ballast doing about 6.9 aft and
Had twin diesels in it. But the thing that is, the best we could get out of that thing was about 10, 12 knots max. That was it.
Wow. Well, there's every once in a while you see or you hear about people that actually make their own canoes out of wood.
Oh, yeah.
And they do some fantastic. They put some finishes on those babies. It's just like a smooth as a baby's butt.
Yeah. You get those people down in the islands, they use like that balsa type wood.
Yeah.
Those are really, they're super light. Yeah, and they make them really watertight. They're nice. I think if I have some energy when I get home, today, I think it's supposed to warm up down at my place. I think today is going to be garage day. And completely, for the most part, I got my garage kind of how I want it, but now I'm bringing home my whole bed of my truck right now is full of gym equipment.
Yeah, that's what you said. You had the guy give you all that gym equipment.
Yep. I had to tear it all down. That took a while. Now I got to see if I can remember how to put it back together. But I've got you've heard of the Bowflex machines. I've got one of them.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a squat rack, bench press. It has a lap machine, leg press legs. It's quite a piece of machinery for free. Then I went out and bought weights at a sporting goods store the other day. Holy cow!
And after that, I'll overtake you on your starboard side, and you can just follow along with me. That's all right with you?
Yeah, so do you want me to move it all, or I'm just stop right now?
Oh, you can just make it stop right now, and once I come around your stern and then overtake you, then you can start moving ahead.
Rush that.
Where's Paul Hodges after?
Paul Hodges had to do some signs, and he's just east of me, and it's raining there now, but it's going to turn into a snowstorm. In fact, he got the day off, and so they canceled all the buses for schools. We're supposed to get, all that snow, and so he figured he better get with the program and he's got 5 signs to do or something today.
Oh, okay. Oh, goodness. The sun is out. It's partly cloudy. I don't know what it's going to do today. Got the old trusty camera, and matter of fact, pull my sandbag up here. I have a big sandbag that I use for shooting, for my hunters to shoot from, that it works awesome as a window pod.
Sure.
A lot of people, they make that mistake of, not putting a camera on a tripod. And, for those real quick shots, sometimes if the lighting is low and I've got to use a slower shutter speed, I always make sure I have it on. Where is it? Here it is. Get this. I don't know whether you can see it or not, but it's a big sandbag.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure that's up front. Hopefully I'll see some eagles on the way home. I don't take my old route of travel anymore. I go a different way because I'm kind of heading to the southwest now instead of directly south.
Right.
But it just seems as soon as I hit that Wyoming line, that's when I start seeing eagles. But my old way, when I get about 50 miles south of here, that's when I used to see eagles along the road all the time. But not sure about today. There's a web or a Facebook page, Paul. Check it out sometime. It's called Wyoming Through the Lens, and they have a couple people that are administrators, and but man, some of the photography on there, oh God, I get so jealous. There's some talented people on there, it really is. And some of it too, such as myself, I see a lot of editing. And because sometimes you look at, I do the same thing. I look at a picture of mine, I'm like, I'm not happy with that, and I do a little editing. And there's people that do some really good editing. Makes really, really beautiful pictures.
Well, just to update you, Ron, Mike went out, tried to find his camera, and no luck.
No luck.
No luck.
The doggy cam.
Yep. And the and it snowed. It's snowing now, so.
Oh crap. Yeah. I wonder if there'd be enough metal parts in there you could use a metal detector.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because he said he had it attached to the dog with a magnetic mount, so it had to have some kind of magnetic mount, you know.
Yeah, like it was Paul Hodges said, maybe in the future put a little tether, to the dog's collar or something. So
Right.
in the event it does fall off again, at least the dog will drag it with him.
Yeah.
Might beat the hell out of it, but you won't lose the camera. Yeah, I've lost a couple cameras myself. I think it was a GoPro, and I was out filming a hunt with this couple. I went along as a third person with the guide and one of my fellow guides, the hunters, and filming all day long. And I had a selfie stick, and we were up on the last part of the day, heading up this hill, and all of a sudden I looked, I'm holding the selfie stick, with no camera on it. I'm like, oh no. And the next day we all looked for that thing. To my knowledge, it's still out there. And I hunt that property. I'm going to try and find it someday. But
Well, the thing of it is you would think, just now that you mentioned the tether thing, why somebody wouldn't manufacture some kind of a double stick or whatever tether or Velcro or something for camera, even on a selfie stick, come back around and hook on the stick,
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks when you lose that. Ugh. Especially if you got some good footage on there. That's like my Mavic 2 from 2 summers ago. Yeah. I know, man, I'd love to go up there and try and find that. It's just really dangerous.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah. Well, Mike says that's a great idea, the tether, and he says, I got a new mount coming that it will lock into, not just be magnetically. Because he's got some great videos of the dog cam, up on YouTube.
I've been thinking about getting the Osmo Action 2, but quite frankly, I'm kind of happy with the one. I'm not maybe check some reviews on the Osmo 2. I think it's supposed to have some better qualities to it, but I use my Osmo Action 1 a lot. I have a mount for it for the motorcycle, and
there you go.
Yeah. One thing I like about this new route too, is that probably 90-95% of the way I have cell phone versus my old route. It's about an hour and a half to 2 hour period where I don't have anything. There's no cell service at all. And that's when I got into trouble once. Another one of my run adventures, on my way to work on a Sunday night one night, and I'm doing 65. It's 15 below zero. I'm doing 65 on dry roads. So I come around a curve, and for about 1,000 yards straight, there was 5 to 10 foot drifts. I'm like, oh no, I couldn't get stopped. And here I started into the drift. I'm like, okay, I'm doing okay. I'm still trying to slow down and get stopped, but then all of a sudden it started sucking me to the right, and I ended up in this rancher's field, probably 25, 30 yards into the field. And the snow pall was so deep, I could not open up my truck door.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, this stinks. So I had to roll down the window and crawl out the window on top of the snow. And like I said, it's butt ass cold. And I had to dig out my tailgate, and being the good hunting guide I am, I had all my hunting gear back there. So I got all this stuff out, got dressed. I'm like, okay, one problem solved. I'm warm. Second thing I got to address is I need some help.
Yeah.
And it was one of my first years coming up here, and I didn't know the road that well. And I'm trying to think, when did I see a house last? So I went out on the road, did an eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm like, well, I guess I'll go this way. So I started down the road. I was somewhere probably a couple miles. And all of a sudden I see this porch light about 150 yards off the main highway. And I get down there, it's funny as hell. I see a couple cars in the driveway.
I turn around, so I'm going to overtake you there on your starboard side, and you can just follow along.
Right back where.
Okay, I'm gonna screen share.
Okay, thank you.
So, well, anyhow, Paul, I knocked on the door. There was about 8 people, apparently all the neighbors to this ranch house, drunk as a skunk, all playing cards. And I come knocking at the door, and the husband, he said, "Wow, as soon as we finish this card game, I'll help you out. We'll get the tractor and get you out." And he did. Thank God.
Oh, that's great.
So that was my run stuck in the snow story.
Yeah, the Samuel Risley, for most of you that are watching the screen share, the Risley went past the Assiniboine, and now he just radioed and he's going to turn, and he's going to come back down on the starboard side of the ship like this, and hopefully it'll free up the Assiniboine. Will be able to follow in his path, and they eventually want to get down to this point down into the river. And where he's headed is here to the Sarnia government docks.
Do you listen to those marine radios a lot, Paul?
Yeah, especially when I'm down there, because they all check in at various points where I'm flying. So it helps me track them, know where they're at or where they're coming. But also the marine radio helps a lot. Along with, on the phone, I have the marinetraffic.com too, so I can see. But the marinetraffic.com isn't 100% right on. Sometimes it's lagged behind a bit.
Do you hear a lot of distress calls in the winter for stuff like this? Or?
No, because they're in communication with, the Coast Guards and everything like that. Right now, they're off on an.
Would it be easier for us if we overtake you on? Would it be easier for you if we overtake you on your port side rather than the starboard?
Looking at that, I was going to try to crab it out of your way, but yeah, maybe you'll have more room on the port side. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, we'll go for it, no problem.
Okay, the Risley's going to come down now on his left side, and their concern is to keep him in the channel, because there's a shoal that runs right alongside, since he's down by what would be his starboard side. And so then he wants to make sure that he's out in the middle of the channel with all this ice. So he's going to come down his port side, and then the Assiniboine will pull in behind him and maybe follow him down through the ice. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 passes in order to break it up enough.
Really? Wow. I went to Bismarck the other day, and there's one little lake along the interstate. I forget the name. It's not very big. Man, I still, I'll tell you, it's like in the 40s, and I still can't believe the amount of people that are still driving their pickups out on that lake.
Oh yeah, I never could understand that. We, living here where they go out and put the fishing shanties up on the lakes, and they drive on the lake, and every year, somebody's out there. It's a bright sunny day. They're out there driving or park their pickups next to an ice shanty, and they go down through the ice. Or if it's warm enough, the ice will crack, and they'll be out there floating in the middle of the lake with all these trucks and stuff. And then the Coast Guard helicopter has to come and rescue them.
Oh, really?
Yep, and they leave the trucks and everything out there and they go down and then they mark where they go down at. And then they have to have salvage companies come out and get those trucks out of the water.
And do they mandate that they get their vehicle out of there?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, I bet you that's not cheap getting it out of there
No,
either.
no, very expensive.
Woo! Yeah. Wow.
And I think since they back charge them for the cost of the helicopter rescue too.
No kid from the Coast
Yes.
Guard?
Yep. Because it, I think it's under the stupidity clause.
I was gonna say, is that you?
Yeah, if you were out and you ran
Nimble.
into a storm or something, there's no back charge. But I think in this case,
But I'll be going,
Wow.
well, I don't want to get too much speed built up for that ice, bridge they talk about, and then I'll be slowing down after the bridge. So, was it open water all the way from the bridge down?
Yeah, all the way down there in this open water.
Okay, well then, once we clear this ice stuff, don't worry about me, and I'll just slow it down. And
because the cutter that's helping him beat
Right.
feet up to help him, he's got to beat feet back down river because there's a tanker, Algo Canada, that is waiting for an escort because down lower part of the river is where the ice really builds up.
Really?
And so he's waiting for the Risley to come back down again and then escort him down south into Lake St. Clair and then into Lake Erie.
Hey, I'm curious, do you get a lot of any kind of geofencing issues because you're so close to Canada? 'Cause you're right across the river, right?
Yep. I get noticed there's Sarnia has an airport on the east side of Sarnia, which is right across from Port Huron. I get notice of it that I'm flying in a restricted area, but it doesn't geofence me.
Oh,
And the rule of thumb is that I can penetrate Canadian airspace as long as I don't penetrate into the physical property of Canada and or land or whatever over there. But when I swoop around the north side of the ships upbound, I'm actually in Canadian airspace.
really?
Yes,
Huh.
because the line goes right up the middle of the St. Clair River. On the left-hand side or the west side is the US. On the eastern side is Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike says $5,000 ride.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. We had a COVID patient. I don't think she's gonna do well. At respiratory history and extremely overweight. Was a smoker. 72 years old.
Oh, yeah. Not good. Hey,
No,
here's the progress. I'm showing the map now, the progress of the Risley and the Assiniboine. The Assiniboine now is up to 1.8 knots, and the Risley's doing 10 knots, is just pulling in front of the Assiniboine, headed down. And what they talked about, you might have heard it on the radio. There's a bridge, right? They call the bridge an ice bridge that goes across here because of the currents. All the ice has been piling up here at the choke point. So he'll get the Assiniboine going along here, and it goes down around past here and then down, and it's all open water from here down to where he wants to go down here into the Sarnia Harbor government docks are right here. yeah, it's definitely is interesting to watch. I just feel bad that it's so foggy and hazy because of the snow. You can't see
Yeah, I
up
see that.
too high into the lake, you know.
Wow. Hey, how's Lynn's puppy doing? Did he have that
Lynn,
second surgery, right?
no, they're still checking him out for that. They haven't decided what they're gonna do, or how they're gonna do it. The Well, you're welcome, Marie. Marie said, thanks, Paul, for radio. Yeah, your phone doesn't let you hear, Marie. If you purchase a Marine radio, you can hear what's going on, and the working channel for, just so you know, for Sarnia is channel 11. It does all the Marine traffic, but the Assiniboine and the Risley have chosen to go down to channel 10, one below, and you just easily change. It's on 10 now. If I wanted to go back up to 11, you just beep it. You go down, and it charges.
Cool.
Lynn says, Ron, they're going to be doing more surgery. Just don't know when. She took him in yesterday. And they did x-rays and everything. And he was tickled to death to get back home last night.
I'm sure.
Marie, I bought it on Amazon. It's called a Uniden handheld marine radio. And it works really good, but there's
Track is shifting a little bit as I go by, so I'll just on the other side of the range, make the nature as much as possible.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that, so I'm trying to stay forward. Okay, that'll be perfect. We'll do that.
okay. The Risley now is going to turn around and go back up toward the Assiniboine and going to make a pass on his starboard side, which is the right side, and trying to clear it up a little.
I saw that when you were on earlier with Paul. I saw that boating map you had up and for that app or whatever.
Yep, marinetraffic.com, and that does all marine traffic. It could be the Mississippi, it could be the anything that has AIS or identification is on there, and you can see
Right.
the whole world.
Well, yeah, I saw that. It's like, holy crap, there's a lot of boats out there.
Yep. And the color designates whether they're a tanker, whether they're a cargo, and the blue ones are passenger. And it could be as small a passenger as, let's say, a ferry going from one place to another.
Really? Wow.
And it gives you the speed and everything and destination. And
Oh, man.
Lynn says she's waiting on a call on Haas. They need to get it scheduled. They're going to put in a full plate this time,
Oh, boy.
and fusing the ankle will come home in a cast again.
Oh, geez. He ain't going to be happy.
No,
Poor Bob.
Yep. Yeah. That's the bad part. The reason that it's upsetting to Lynn is she knows the pain and the trauma that he goes through continually. This is like the second operation, you know?
Yeah. The sad part is, like I said, I haven't had a dog in years, but, I remember they look for you for protection and, to help them and feed them. And
Yep.
it's like, why the hell are you doing this to me? I don't like this.
Right.
What did I do to deserve this?
Yep.
You feel so bad for them.
Yep.
Yeah, my dog used to quiver too. About a mile out from the vet, she started to quiver. She knew.
Yep. That's the same way with Haas. As soon as Lynn gets anywhere as close to the vet, he starts getting really anxious. And then when she leaves him there,
Oh,
she refuses to leave him overnight. But when she leaves him there because they got to do tests or whatever, she can hear him whining and crying all the way out to the car.
yeah.
Then she sits in the car and has a moment for herself. And
Yeah, it breaks your heart, man. I'm telling you.
yep. This is the third surgery.
I probably shouldn't tell you this story. It's not a good story about myself, but Lynn would understand. My golden retriever became my best buddy.
Yep.
And my wife and I came home one day from work, and we had like a beige colored carpeting in our house.
Sorry, it's open water, 300 feet above.
There was puke and bloody diarrhea all over the house. Well, here, these morons, I lived in a townhouse community, and the association hired these chuckleheads to do the landscaping, mow the grass, and spread the lawn chemicals. Well, here, they were spreading some kind of pesticide. And Paul, it was bad. I mean, the back of our townhouse, the way that the townhouse is interlocked, my back deck was up on the 3rd floor. There was this yellow dust all over the back of our house, my back porch, and I had a very, very sick dog. I think she had almost like an organic phosphate type poisoning. And so we rushed her to the vet. She's in there 3 or 4 days. And the one day I called and I asked for the vet. They said, well, he's home in bed. I'm like, what the hell is he doing home in bed? She said, well, he was up with your dog all night. She almost died last night. Well, now I'm scared and now I'm angry.
Yeah.
Really angry. Well, these landscapers show up in the neighborhood again, and I went up there, and it's when I used to be a really super hothead. This is like 20 years ago, but I went up and asked, who's the man in charge? And this guy come up and identified himself, and it's when I grabbed a hold of him. Well, all the 12 Hispanic workers took recognition to this. Everybody either had a shovel, a rake, something, and they came at me. And I was so angry at them, especially the foreman or supervisor. It's like, my dog is fighting for her life because of you idiots. And it was a pretty nasty little brawl. I finally realized, I'm going to get my ass beat here pretty quick, and I backed off. But I said to the foreman, I said, I'm not done with you. Well, I walked about 3/4 of a block back to the house, and then my doorbell rings. And one of my good buddies, one of the city cops, shows up at my door. He goes, Ron? I'm like, oh, geez, Tom. I said, come on in. I said, I just made some coffee. You want some? He goes, yeah, sure. He comes in. He's like, you know why I'm here? I'm like, yeah, I know why you're here. Well, long story short, what I did, Paul, was I just contacted the Department of Agriculture.
Yeah.
And found out that any farmer, I think, and I don't know whether it varies state to state, but where I was at, if you have winds greater than 5 mile an hour, you do not spray, period. Yeah. And the winds had to be 35 knots that day. And so I've got an assault charge on me right now, and I'm looking at being in some trouble. And so I contacted the Department of Agriculture. They actually came to my house, and we pulled up weather. I had a weather app that showed that day exactly what the weather was, what the winds were. I went around. I mean, the whole neighborhood was mad. We had 16 dogs. Somebody else's dog got sick too. But anyhow, I made a plea deal with the landscaper. I said, you drop the assault charge and you pay for my dog's vet bill, and I'll release the Department of Agriculture off of you, because I said, you're looking to lose your spraying license.
You're getting into open water. Let's make it 1038.
And he did. I showed up for court, and he didn't. That was his way of saying, yep, let it go. But he did pay for my $1,200 vet bill.
Okay, that's great. So we'll keep on going through the Algonort. Thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you in spring.
Wow.
Roger that, thanks.
Well, yeah, you know, that's who I would say, Department of Agriculture or even the EPA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a representative come right to my house.
The
He sat
feds.
there with me for like an hour and did a full investigation. Yeah. That
Did
guy
you-
was looking at losing his spraying license as a landscaper. You know, that's 50% of your business. He
Right.
didn't want to lose his landscaping license. So the Department of Agriculture cut him a break, gave him a fine, but said you're not going to lose your license. But he learned a lesson out of it. So,
Sounds like it.
so yeah, I know. Oh my God, I remember she was in the vet for like 10 days. She was
Oh,
sick. She was a sick pup.
had the IVs going and everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's-
still have a picture somewhere. I remember I was at work and my wife went to the vet, picked her up, and she brought her to my work. I have a picture. I have it somewhere. Yeah, it might be on my phone, but it's a picture that she was just so happy to see me. Golden Retrievers are a one-person dog.
Yep.
They love everybody, but they really stick to one person. And I think it's because, you know, I spent more time with her than what my wife did. And, yeah, she was technically my dog.
Well, you know, non-dog owners or non-dog lovers just don't get how much your pets are family.
Oh, they are. They
You know,
are.
they're not just an animal, you know?
My neighbor at my last house, I miss them. They were a nice couple, but they had a dog. Her name was November. And it was part shepherd, part collie. And she was a little aggressive, especially towards people she didn't know. Very, very, not a big dog, but very muscular, very strong. But I got to know November and heck was her names, Walt and Katrina. And November knew she would spot my truck from 200 yards away. They would tell her Ron's coming home. And there would be times she would come over to my house and she didn't want to go home. I mean, they only lived 20 yards away, but he used to get mad. It's like, Ron, please walk her over here. I have to go to work. He goes, I said, well, you want me to watch her the rest of the day? Sometimes I did. I'd watch her the rest of the day and she'd hang out at my house. He used to make fun of me. He said, Ron, you're the only person in the neighborhood who has dog treats. You don't have a dog. I'm like, yeah. I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, November was cool though. Yeah, someday again, Paul, I will. Now, what kind of dog do you have?
Right now, I used to be involved in, I've had all kinds of dogs, but I was really strongly involved with Dalmatian Rescue. And
really?
I had Dalmatians, and I used to take in and house all the Dalmatians that were mature Dalmatians nobody wanted anymore, because everybody wants puppies.
Yeah.
One time around, I had 7 or 8 Dalmatians there.
Oh, geez.
And it got so bad that, when it came time, because they were older, came time to put them down for whatever reason. As soon as I'd call up to the vet and take them up to the vet, they had a room ready with a box of Kleenexes for me,
Oh, yeah. Dude, I was a mess for 3 months.
Yeah.
When I lost my gold. And I honestly think, Paul, that she hung in there. There was something wrong with her. I couldn't put my finger on it for about a week or so before I left Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And, the very last day I was in Pennsylvania, The only thing I had was a sleeping bag and a pillow in the house. And the house was going up for, on the market the next day, but I had my truck and trailer all loaded up, and I'm heading on my way to Denver, Colorado, start my new job for training and then on to California. But I spent the night with her, and then the next day I finished loading everything up, and we took a little nap before I got on the road. Then I took her down to my ex-wife and said goodbye. And, I was at my new job 6 days. And I appreciate my ex-wife did this, but she called me and she said, "Hey, we're at the vet." I'm like, "What?" And she was just a bumbling mess. So I had to put the vet on the phone, and I had just met all these new fellow employees.
Yeah.
We were at training for 13 days. We had 1 day off. Everybody said, "Hey, let's all go pile in Ron's truck and go up to Pikes Peak, outside of Denver."
Right.
We're halfway up the mountain, and I get that phone call. Oh my God, I was a mess, and yeah, I almost couldn't function for like a week, But
Yep. Yeah. They have a special place in your heart. You never. I have all of the Dalmatians, and all of my dogs are in there. I had them cremated, and they're all I've got a line full of pouches with their collars around the pouch of
Really?
their ashes.
I have an urn at my house.
Yep.
Yep, I can relate. I said, "Paul, I'm a pretty easygoing guy, but you want violence out of me? Touch my dog, hurt my dog.
Yep.
I will hurt you." And
Well, it's the Papa Bear in you. You're protecting your family. That's
Yep.
your family.
Yeah, I had a guy one time. We used to live in a town called Westchester, Pennsylvania. It was a college town, but her and I used to walk up town every day. Used to stop at the convenience store. The girls would come out and give her, goodies. And anyhow, we're walking back home. We're about a mile from the house. Some drunken moron, golden retrievers, the moment they see anybody, the tail starts, wagging. And she saw this guy walking at us, and her tail started to wag. All she did was went up and sniffed him. And he backhanded her. He goes, "Get your effing dog away from me." Well, he no sooner got that out of my mouth, and I throat punched this guy. Hit him so hard, he flipped up over a chain link fence. And I said, "That's what the dog felt. Have a nice day." And I kept right on walking. The whole thing was over in like 2.5 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah. But I said, that's the only time I'm violent. Mess with my dog, I'll kill you.
Yep. That everybody feels the same.
Yeah.
Everybody that loves their pet like family feels the same way.
I don't know, Paul, if I said, even if it's not going to be till I retire, because of my gypsy lifestyle, but I honestly don't know if I've got it in the, how do I say it, emotionally, to get that attached to another animal again. Because I remember and I know a lot, like I said, all you are all dog lovers and that, but I was truly, every day. I mean, that dog, like I said, if you could have seen her, Paul, I had people at we had a pet store in Pennsylvania called PetSmart. I don't know if you got them up there.
Yep.
But I used to love, they had a special grooming just for golden retrievers. And they did a phenomenal job. She would not shed for like 2 months. This special raking and stuff they did.
They get all that under hair off. Yep.
Yep. And I remember every time I'd go to pick her up, she could smell me. I'd be out in the parking lot. She could smell me. And I remember the girls in there said, "We've never had a dog go this crazy all the time when her owner is coming."
She loved you to the moon and back. And the thing of it is the last one that I had to put down was Tia, was a rescue as well. She was a lab pit bull. And she went out to go to the bathroom and she squatted. And all of a sudden I heard a pop in her back and that was it. She couldn't get up again.
Really?
So I ended up having to take her to the vet and they says, no, it's not good. And so
What happened?
I had to put her down. They didn't tell me exactly. They said something about it popped its back and broke its spine.
Oh.
And they said they didn't know why or how. So I put her down, and her name was Tia. And Tia. So I came right home and went online, and down at Macomb Animal Rescue, they had Mia, which was a pit bull and a lab mix. Looked a lot like Tia.
Tia.
I
So
went-
that's what you have now. It's a lab
Yep.
pit bull mix.
Yep. And I went right down and got her that same day. And I knew she was going to be perfect because when I got there, they had a big round desk at the rescue where people would come and go, and they had about 12 or 15 employees there. And I went down there, and here she was sitting on a comforter between the two receptionists, and she would greet everybody.
Really?
And everybody loved her. In fact, when I took her, they made an announcement on the PA, and all the employees came from all over and took a group picture with Mia.
Really?
Yeah.
My wife and I lived in that townhouse community for a year. We do one person, our next door neighbor. We got the dog, and here's the funny thing is, the second day we had Kelsey, my golden, she was, I think, 8 pounds or something when we brought her home. And I turned around and there is a 150-pound Rottweiler standing behind us. I'm like, oh dear God. And thank God his owner was, just a few feet away. But I'm sitting there thinking, if that Rottweiler comes up and bites her, he'll snap her in two.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, don't worry. He's really friendly. Well, here the two of them got to be. I mean, they literally were like a boyfriend girlfriend
Yeah.
relationship. You had to be very careful around her. Even me, sometimes I had a hard time getting her to go home. She's like, no, I'm not done with her yet. I want to play some more, And but the funny thing, one of the funniest things I used to see, like I said, she only grew up to maybe 70 pounds, but he was 150. He was a big dog. And you know how dogs, when they wrestle and then they bite that's their way of playing, where they bite each other.
Right.
And people who really didn't know us that well, they used to be like, Ron, aren't you worried? I'm like, no, because Patton could seriously overtake her. The funny thing was, and this is the honest to God truth, this is the way it always made me think. When those two would wrestle, he could obviously overtake her very easy, and she was losing all the time. Well, then when she would get pissed and she would get mad, and it seemed like he recognized that. It's like, you know what? If I don't let her win, somehow I am not going to make out well. So he would just finally roll over and let her win, But
Well,
those two were inseparable.
the only thing with Mia that I have right now is they made sure that I didn't have any other pets at home because
really?
she was found on the streets of Detroit and they didn't know her history, but
Right.
she does not like other dogs. So one day I made a mistake and pulled the Tahoe in the garage, and the garage door was up. And now I put the garage door down before we get out of the truck. And I unhooked her leash in the truck, and I opened the door. She opened the door, and somebody was walking by with a pit bull on the sidewalk.
Ruh-roh.
He shot out of the garage, and it took 5 people and it took 15 minutes to separate them. She had that dog right by the throat.
Oh. Yeah. That's scary. That's one thing. The only thing that scares me about pit bulls, boy, when they attack, look out.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people, they get angry. They like, They don't want to be around pit bulls, and people who have them get all defensive and say, "Oh, they're the best pet possible," and I'm sure they probably can.
Yep.
But
Yeah, because she was mature, we're not sure, was she a bait dog? Was she trained as a fighting dog?
fighting dog, yeah.
You know, or any of those things. But around people, I mean, it's like she just loves everybody that comes here. They give her a cookie and she's happy to see them. And, you know, when Auntie Lynn comes up the driveway, she gets all excited. But as far as other dogs, nope.
Yeah. And I learned how smart, dogs can be, certain breeds. And she was one of them. Like I said, we didn't know anybody the first year until after we got our dog. And then we found out there were 16 other dogs in the neighborhood. And it got to the point where every night we would all join out back, after work, and all the dogs would play. The only one that couldn't come over and play was Eddie. Eddie was a beagle. And apparently when Patton, the Rottweiler, was a puppy, Eddie come over and did something to him. Well, Patton never forgot that. And Patton and Eddie could not be in the same room, because now that Patton was 150 pounds and Eddie was only like 25, all he saw in his eyes, I want to kill this beagle. And I used to have to, there were 3 or 4 of us that had keys to each other's houses, and if Chuck and Sue would be late coming home from work, they'd call me and say, "Hey, Ron, can you go let Patton out?" I was the only one they trusted to go over there, because if a stranger come in the house, they weren't 100% sure what he would do. So I would go over there and I'd open up the door and I'd yell for him, Patton, Patton. He wouldn't, I always knew he was upstairs. The only way you could get him to jump off the bed and come down was if you say, "Kelsey's here." And then you hear this big kerplunk on the floor up there, and you come running down the steps. "Oh, my blonde girlfriend's here."
Yep. Well, here's, I don't know if you can see her or not, but there's Mia right there.
Ah, that's Mia. Hi, Mia. Oh, she looked at me. Mia.
Yeah, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. You are.
Hi, Mia.
But yeah, I have to be careful with Mia.
Oh, I'm sure.
All I need is for her to kill somebody else's dog,
Yeah. Now, how old is she, Paul?
She's 11 or 12 now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Kelsey was 13. She passed. Yeah, I do miss her. She was a good dog. I'll have to send you a picture of her sometime. She was pretty cool. Funny thing is, dogs get in such routines. She knew I worked night shift. My wife worked day shift. And, I would come home from work at 8 in the morning. My wife had already be gone. And she's like, "No, I'm not going back to bed. I've been sleeping all night." So I would make sure I would, play with her and, get her worn out. And then about noon, 1 o'clock, I'm like, "All right, it's time for me to take a nap." And we had a pretty good sized basement and, with concrete walls, and it was really cool and dark down there.
Yeah.
In the summer. And an old friend of mine gave me this, I want to say it was like 11, 12-foot couch. And that's where I went down and slept every day before I went back into work. And she knew when I opened up that basement door that what was coming. It's like, okay, time to go, nap for the afternoon. 90% of the time I'd wake up, and I'm in this little ball, like all curled up, and I look and she's got over half the couch. I look down, it's like, really? It was the only piece of furniture she was allowed on in the house. But yeah, and then she knew the routine. She knew as soon as I got up, I would up up the stairs to the first level and then up the second level to go get a shower. She would walk up the steps, wouldn't even greet my wife, just walk right past her and head up. She's one of those dogs that, and I've seen a lot of dogs do this, where they don't let you go in the bathroom alone. They have to go in and lay on the floor, or if you're in the bathroom, they're in there sniffing under the door. Does yours do that at all?
Well, I've got a dog next door and I've got security fences, and she'll be sniffing around like if there's a dog out or a dog in the schoolyard or, yeah.
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 Yeah, someday again, I hope.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah.
Well, everybody, I think I'm going to close her down. It's 11 o'clock here.
Well, yeah. Thanks for help keeping me awake, Paul. I'm going to have to call
Hey.
somebody else now.
Hey, Ron. Okay,
I got
buddy.
I appreciate it very much.
Yep.
That's,
Hey,
that's how I stay awake. I probably shouldn't be driving home. I may end up pulling over somewhere and
how much further you got to go?
probably 2.5 hours.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only been on the road about an hour. Yes, I got about 2.5 hours. So, matter of fact, I'm in a town called Bowman, North Dakota.
You need to get
Yeah.
yourself a big, tall coffee.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay,
So,
Ron, I'll
Well,
see you again. I'll see you again when you get home.
Yeah. Maybe, what time do you go on tonight?
Yep, we'll be on tonight at between 5 and about 6 to 6:30 because those guys are on at 5. So
So 6 to 6:30 your time is 4 to 4:30 my time.
Yep.
Okay.
yep.
All right. Okay. Well, I'll try to hopefully join you then if I'm still
Okay,
awake.
Ron, we'll look for you, buddy, and stay awake.
Yep. Hopefully. I
And
better.
check out the satellite phones.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I might take a look at them today.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody in the chat. Thanks for being here. We'll see you all again tonight. Bye for now.